Calling, ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman and go get to dustin'? Yeah, latex on my. Go clean my crown. You can hear my haters from way up here. They don't make a sound. Money goes on these.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the StubHub Center, 20 miles south of downtown L.A. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Houston Texans and the Los Angeles Chargers. The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Leopard!
Here's Manziel. And his pass incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play.
He had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Manziel looking. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for the Chargers. And even 50 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Manziel, and he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
They'll set up to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him. And he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. And Elliott puts this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Spinning away. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. Now the former Notre Damer, this is C.J. Procise. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. He'll dump it off to Procise. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined, no one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Going underneath for Gordon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking for the end zone. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Elliott good with a PAT. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again is Watson. Throw left side complete. It's Hodges. And he's able to get up here to the 26. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. On 2nd and 10, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Gone! 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 Detroit! Detroit! Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. Elliott now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Muscles him off. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Watson to throw again. And Daniels has it left side. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Faking the give, now Watson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hodges. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Watson now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Come back, come back.
Watson looks to throw again. Flushed out right. There he goes inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And this is recovered by the Chargers. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Gun, 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 gun.
Back to throw. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, you were backed up into a 2nd and long, but instead of trying to get the yardage back in chunks, he's trying to get it all back at once. And this defense was just lying in wait, and they're there to pick this one off.
After the interception, here's Watson. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Detroit! Detroit! Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's got some space here. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. He'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. Extra point safely through. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue, landed.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Charles Tapper in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit. Detroit.
They're going to look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll look to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They start the drive with Smallwood. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Caught left side, Williams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Detroit, 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 Detroit.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Chargers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Set, 3-19, 3-19.
He'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
On first down, Watson. And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time, and that'll bring up second down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Buying time to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is right there. It's good. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An update now from Oakland. The Raiders have widened their lead even further. And we'll try and keep you updated on those events and others around the league as we continue through this one. Here's Smallwood as they begin on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's Watson now on second down. Flush to his right. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play, obviously. Instead, he hit a safety back.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Returnable for Thomas. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. Now Manziel. He's going to flip one out here to his running back, and he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll be a gain of 6, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here's Manziel. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he's taken down inside the 30. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Detroit!
Manziel finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
Gone!
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Melvin Gordon with his 14th touchdown of the year, second of the game. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Reuben Foster picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He was looking for Daniels that time. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Charles Tapper, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. Looking to throw. Now he's hit and the ball comes out. Manziel lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Desmond King picks it. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too. So
after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Down. Green, the line. Green, the line.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the... He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. This is Process in the carry. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Now after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up to throw. Dancing to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. Over.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go. This is caught inside the 15. And they do finally get him. But he makes it all the way to the 6. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
1st and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Leopard.
They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevon Seymour. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Texans on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
Tiger. Blue 80.
of the gun. Watson. And, they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Look at 56.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. There goes Melvin Gordon. 20. Touchdown, L.A. Melvin Gordon, 66 yards. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. He's got the hat trick, 3 touchdowns now.
Did you throw yours? Did you throw yours out
I didn't have mine. You've got yours. You've got one of those Abe Lincoln hats.
Yeah, and that stovepipe is going right out there for a nose for the end zone. 3rd time today. I think he deserves a tip of the cap.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Elliott now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now out comes Houston. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? Well, a lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Right there. Richmond. 2 jet. 10. Green.
They run again on 1st down with Smallwood. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd down, Smallwood. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
2 jet. Check 43.
On 3rd and short, Smallwood. Spinning away. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. 1st down, a run with Smallwood. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
They run the counter. Smallwood. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Watson off play action. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And some strong running. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out there.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a short return to the 6-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He's had some big runs in this.